30 years. 30 years, one-man mission. And this is pretty much it. So just listen, hang in there. Give each other a cuddle when you have to. Are you ready? I'll start by saying this is a video I took last night around 11 o'clock coming from Dee Why to Manly. I was going on the beachfront. I looked out to my left towards the water and I saw something. And I just got a gut feeling. I thought that doesn't look quite right. But anyway, I'll just maybe it was on my mind. But anyway, I kept driving and then I thought, no, I'll pull over and have a look. So I did. I pulled over, just parked sideways, not in parallel the way you're supposed to. Anyway, long story short, I looked out and I thought, no, that doesn't look right. And anyway, but still, I thought, God, it could be a ship. I thought. Anyway, I turned around and I went to pull out, but cars were coming. So I looked back, and then within a turn of a head, this thing had appeared. And straight away I knew this was it. This was the moment. This was the moment. I've now been given a 40-minute film. Okay, you can see already down here that this video goes for 39 minutes and 58 seconds. You can see down there. And I'm sorry for the language. I'm really going to try because the whole world, I hope, is going to hear this. So I'll try to keep my language as good as possible. Now, forgive me. I'm doing my best. As you'll soon find out, this is major stuff. So I'm just going to do my best. Okay, let's go. This is a video. It goes for 39 minutes. From this video, we will have all the dominoes and all the dots joined. Let's go. We're going to watch it for a while. This is out in the water, taken with an 8 megapixel camera, phone camera. That's all I had. This is what I could see. I couldn't see anything clear. Just this very bright light. As you can see, you'll start seeing down along here stuff. I knew it was well above the water, and you'll start, not too far, but it was above the water. It wasn't a boat. I knew it wasn't. And you'll start seeing stuff down here shine down, and even at points we'll see it, the water light up where it shines on it type thing. We're going to watch this till about the 4:17 mark, and then we're going to do a little analysis. Then we're going to see that already. Look at this underneath coming through. I mean, already you can see what a remarkable image, ladies and gentlemen. What a remarkable image. If you have a look at it, a bright light and what's behind it. But boy, are you in for the treat of all treats. I'm going to show you an occupied craft, the Holy Grail. And that's only one of the 5 Holy Grails you're going to hear today. Original audio.
Flashing a light on the water below. It's not underwater.
A couple of people were walking by, but everybody kept walking. But there were not many people there but me. Maybe 4 or 5 others, and they looked and looked for a while but kept walking. It was hard to see unless you had the camera, because all you could see with your eyes was a blinding bright light. That's why I knew it was ufology. Isn't it amazing? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Maximum clarity with definitely above the water, 100%. We're looking at it for 15-20 minutes. See, it's splashing in the water below it. Every now and again you see the water flash. Definitely ufological, 100%.
You can hear the surf, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm right on the beachfront. Remarkable image. It was blinding. The beauty about actually recording it, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to. It's a long story, but I've got about 300 recordings, and I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've seen everything, and things that would blow you away. But we'll focus on this. This is going to blow you away. I've taken a lot of stills. I've already put them in folders. We're going to go back and look at all of these. We're going to do analysis.
Manly and all over there.
See, there's Manly.
Comes up this way. Oh, look at it. See how it's flashing? It's definitely over the water. It's quite an unusual looking thing. I know it's unusual.
It was better to see through the phone. I was watching it through the phone most of the time. Because with the eye, it was just a bright, blinding, bright white light. Mind-blowingly bright. Look at this down here. Look at this. Multiple levels of
go smaller.
Of the scenario.
Blow it up, of course. Later on, we'll do that a little bit. We can always blow up the image. We can always blow the image up.
This is premiere footage, folks.
Although, see, it's above the water, 100%. So let's blow it up. Try and have a look at what it is. Look at that.
Look at this twisting and twirling down here.
It's very unusual. Man, look at that. Look at that now.
I'm going to cut it at 5 minutes. Look at this,
Look at
folks.
how high it is above the water.
Multiple levels.
So, look at this.
Okay, we're at the 5 minute mark. It goes for 39 minutes. There are periods where it kind of just looks like a bright light for 6 or 7 minutes in a row, and then it just goes haywire. Well, it doesn't go haywire, it just puts on a magnificent display and a magnificent revelation. Or 5. Okay, so let's go. Let's look at it. I'm sorry I'm a bit excited. Of course I am. Let's look at this first photo. Are you ready for this? This gives you an insight as to what will be going on. Have a look. Was it this one? No, it wasn't. It's funny how it's always never that one. Well, that's not the one we wanted. But anyway, we're going to have a look at that. Let's go. Isn't it amazing? Isn't this amazing? Can you believe this? I had this all organised. Okay, we're in there. Let's go. I want to go straight to the one that says the photo. Here we are. Look at this. This is a photo from this first 5 minutes. Have a look. See, you've got this light thing that goes round the outside, and inside there is craftage. Now that photo I managed to get because when I went to take a snap or replay the video, of course it didn't quite kick in properly. And in the end it ended up being a bit of a gift because it's given us a fractured door in very clearly to what's going on. And you can see it as well below it. Look at this. There is basically this craft there as well. All this will be coming out as we go through it. So that is my assessment at this particular time. I couldn't see anything but this the whole time, and yet we're going back over the video source stuff. Now, when I say this is craft, I mean it's part of a craft. It's also part of the UFO, is the whole production. Okay, now let's look at some other photos. These are photos taken from this first period of time. Bits of light. No, these are the ones we want. Okay, look at these. Look at this. Look at this. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at this one. Here was another one, another one. These were all photos that we took. Look at this. Is this mind-blowing or what? What I want to do is, the whole purpose of this, it's no good doing ufology if we're not going to do the analysis as well to go with it. And that is my gift to you as well today. Let's do an analysis. Let's pick the one we want to do. I should have organised the one I wanted to pick earlier. We're going to be looking at that too. I'm just thinking that blue one looks good. Let's go with, I think that one which was 3, 4, that's pretty good as well, 5, that looks fairly impressive as well, or that one, let's go this one, let's go, let's do an analysis, because this is what this is about, the analysis. I have to move quick, I've got a lot to get through and I'll be struggling to get through it in 40 minutes and I want to make it as short as possible because I want to get it out there. Okay, here we go, let's blow it up a bit, let's get it on the dance floor. We don't have to go through everything because there's so much to get through, but let's try an auto fix first. That's what comes up, that shows us there that we have from that, well, we can deduce that yes, it is this mind-blowing light, but that's not helping us in this particular instance, so let's cancel that. Let's go to exposure. Well, we won't go for that. There's so much we can do, it's mind-blowing. I always like colour balance. Let's take the red out. We'll move the red up. That's what we get. Let's take the green up, or the green down. That's what we get. Let's go the blue, which will be interesting because the blue seems to be evident within it. That's increase. That means that's giving it more blue, and this is taking the blue out of it, and vice versa with the other ones. So from that we've got a bit of a look at again at the structure, but we can cancel that. Now let's take the noise. No difference there with the noise, so we won't worry about that. We'll sharpen it. Sure. Let's apply a sharpening. Now, let's go into the other effects, because this is where it really always gets interesting. Let's emboss it. Okay, so what have we got there? We have something in the middle, or we have basically what that's saying is it's empty in the middle and there's something all around the outside type thing. That's what that's showing. Remember, this thing is literally in hyperdrive, morphing all the time. This is mind-blowing technology, and we're going to look at conclusions as well. But we don't want to keep that, obviously, so let's go back. Convert to grayscale. Not much, same sort of thing. We're not saying we're going to get a lot revealed in this one. There's mind-blowing stuff will be revealed later on with other photos. Invert. There we go. It's empty in the middle, it seems to be, and but of course it has form and shape. There's no doubt about that, and it's emanating that colour. You could do the old take this off, take that off, take that off, put that on, take that off, put that on, take that off, do that one alone, do that one. You can go through at the end of the day. It just, you can go on forever. Now, have I done an invert yet? Yes, we've done an invert. Now let's go down. Now let's always, the one I like is solarize. Solarize lets you see where there is actual or solar is the light, the emanating part, what's actually there, as opposed to the empty space, which is always revealing, because it's difficult to see what's actually there. We know there's matter here, but let's solarize. Okay, so solarize has verified that there is a solid structure here. That would be the craft at this stage, emanating off this light. I'd say that's also aspects of the craft as well. But you can see there the importance of doing analysis. It gives us an idea of what's there. And of course all of this completely is already eliminating boats and bullshit, boats and stuff like that. But let's cancel that. So we've done that with that one. I think canvas is always there. It's coming up on the canvas. We'll cancel that. Okay, there's so much more to do that let's move on to the other ones. So let's close that. We're going to be looking at all of that. So that was interesting, wasn't it? Let's do a quick editing of this one. Let's go. Let's beef it up. Let's pump it up. Let's pump it up and beef it up. See what comes out here. Okay, auto fix. Whoa, holy smokes! There's some Action Jackson going on here. Look at that. That does show that there is, look at that. It's all going on underneath as well as that light. Holy smokes, look at that, folks. That's a really great a great indicator. This is a fantastic analysis shot. We have just determined that not only is this main event happening here, but in other lights which I was unable to see and unable to be picked up by the camera, but obviously at other frequencies or using a cloaking device of some sort, because this is high technology, we can see that there is actually more to this whole craft manifestation than what we originally just thought from the original photo. Look at that. So that's been a ripper for us. Let's cancel this now, but let's stick to what will noise determine? Well, the noise takes it out and sharpens that up. There's something went wally there, so let's just, I don't know what the wide world, let's cancel that. Let's go again. Noise took that out, and it's given us a way to have a look. Isn't that stupid? Anyway, the noise took that out but left what was there. But isn't it funny, you see, when you take the noise out now, it just leaves that, but we know there's more to this, don't we? Okay, well, let's just cancel that for now. Now we can do a colour balance quickly if you like, increasing the blue, decreasing the blue, and going back to 0, increasing the green, decreasing the green. Interesting. The red should be a big player. There's the red, decreasing the red, the blue's still prominent. Okay, let's go back to standards. Let's go straight to a couple of the big ones. Let's go to invert and see what's going on. Yeah, we definitely have something there, and an inverted image inside there, and it seems to have a coating, like that's the coat. That's the you know, like you can see it's inside, the light's blowing on around it to try and hide it. Lots of things are probably happening here. Solarize, beautiful. Solarize shows it that inside is empty, and that's important because, believe it or not, there is a cabin. Of course it's empty inside. There are occupants in there. God knows what sort of technology they're using, but this is why that's important, while showing that the rest of the structure remains there. Very important for later on. Okay, that was a good one too. Now let's close this, please, and let's have a quick look at these. This stuff comes in at the end, believe it or not, but we'll have an analysis now. I reckon this was like a light beam projection, that's why. Let's go back. You may as well get this analysis out the way. No, I'm going to save it to the appropriate time. Okay. Alright, so let's go back. Let's now move over here, because we're next going to be on to, look at these. Look what's coming, guys. Let me tell you. Okay, look what's coming. Now again, I'm just going to pause this because there's a lot. I just want to be best organised, so hang on. Hello everybody. We're now back, of course. I'll just double check that's on. I'd hate to be, yes, good, we're going for gold. Fantastic. Right, now we've moved up to the 13-minute mark. Now significantly here, I moved from Manly Beachfront, jumped in the car and drove around the Shelly beach because it was moving away from the beach after about 10 minutes. So I watched it for 10 before I even bothered filming. Then I thought, God, I can't see it properly. So I thought, let's see how good it comes up on full zoom. That was 4 times zoom on the 8-megapixel camera, phone camera. All I had. But it allowed me to get a better seeing of what it was, and of course it lets me share it with you, and the rest is a sure part of Aussie history. Now, but we've moved, so I've driven around to Shelly Beach Headland in Australia. Have a look on Google Earth. We've gone from Manly Beach around to Shelly Beach Headland. Beautiful headland overlooking back towards the northern beaches. A gold spot. I'll show you a photo maybe even if we're lucky. Yeah, why not? We'll do that at the end. Okay, now, importantly though, let's keep going. So I'm now on top of the Shelly Beach headland looking out. And I couldn't have picked a better spot. That was my hunch, because it did move side on to me. You are going to see some remarkable stuff soon.
I've been filming it over since the first.
Someone came
Then
up.
I drove around here when it drifted out. It's a weird thing, eh? It's above the water, because you can see every now and again the light shines on the water below. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, you see, a couple of young kids come and have a look, do the old, oh yeah, alien joke or something and leave. It's like, oh, isn't it funny? Society is ridiculed us so badly that everybody's afraid to acknowledge what they're looking at, for fear that they'll get ridiculed. Isn't it a shame? Anyway, I knew what I was looking at, and I knew that this is my moment. Again, we're going to see some water highlighted on occasions. Okay.
This is good footage now. See how it's clarifying its shape? Look at that.
Now, 1515, a important situation arises. Don't worry, folks, we're going to be looking right inside this thing shortly. And we're going to be analysing with mind-blowing results.
This is too big and the barrel's going smaller. Look how far away.
Now, let's stop it. See over here? I couldn't see that at the time, but over here, just focus on that, because the final point, the twist in all the tale, that doesn't deny anything that I say throughout the whole presentation, but by the time we get to that, you're already seeing half of the first mind-blowing thing. There's going to be 5 of the most greatest revelations in this, and I don't mean that in any biblical sense, I promise you, but 5 great things. But just take a focus on that. I just wanted to highlight that.
See
that?
Headland in the distance.
Remember too that we saw the craft thing under the light over at Manly Beach, probably projecting upwards. Look at that. Did you see that? Important. I took a still of that, don't worry. I took a still. Now 1515, here we go. We are starting to see some amazing stuff now. Very shortly. Sorry. Oh, we're going to move. So I've written notes down. I have a whole form. I've got a whole plan here. We're going to move forward. That's right. It stays like this. Things really start. I just wanted to show you that on the left. That was the purpose of that part of the film. Things are going to go right where we want them to. Get ready, folks. We're going up. We are going up a notch. Or 10. Here we go. Let's just watch it first. It starts very soon.
Definition coming back.
Oh, so 21, there's more side action. At the 21 minute, I just wanted to do it safely. I think it's around the 21, we see another presentation of this. Now again, we're going to analyse this as well. It's a fair way away, and unfortunately that's maximum zoom. But we get treated. They knew I was filming by now. They had to. I'd been looking at them with it. They could see. I was one of the only people on the headland holding up something pointing at them for 40 bloody minutes.
Definitely worth hanging in there for now.
And they timed it when I came down the beach. Anyway, because I looked out and saw it. So I believe they knew the whole time I was recording this. Okay. Well, I've got some stills. I thought it was around the 21 minute mark. It may be at a later point. Maybe the 23 minute mark. Now at 21:45, which is in 15 seconds, we see the game elevate to where we're really going. That's about now. Here we go. Look at this. Here, look at that. That's the craft in full manifestation. Now I'm just going to let you watch this and enjoy it, and then we're going to go back and have a look at this. Inside there, I will show in big blow-ups with our photo analysis. You can see a number of people. It varies from sometimes 3 to about what looks like 8, and I'll prove that that is a solid object. We're going to see all sorts of things. Just enjoy this, folks. Remember, as I said, we'll come back and do an analysis. I think we're going to run through to 24:50. So we've got 3 minutes solid. That's the viewing deck in there. Goes back down. The stills are great because I get to freeze it. Now imagine what sort of technology is going on here. It's warping in and out. See, I believe that is, just quickly, I believe, that is also like a humanoid form. See that? Also on a little.
I hear 1,000 stills anyway. What difference is it?
Like on a little hover stand. Look at that, folks. You can see him in there. Look at that. See that?
Pac-Man.
Look at this.
Look at that. Pac-Man.
That is UFO, folks.
That's the Pac-Man look that I've seen before.
That's the craft. Look at it. Now I know they're only like dark shady things, but look at them in there and we'll get an analysis of that. That's people. They look just like you and me by the looks of it. Look at that.
Have a look at that, guys and girls.
So that's the best I could do on a phone camera, but I got it. You're getting the gist. Look at that. Look at the technology involved. Look at the way it pulsates and goes in and out. Now this is significant. We're going to analyse photos, but this is really significant. This ends up being the key to many other things, because what we're going to see here, let me go back to my notes. It says here we're going to keep going, and it disappears at 23:58, but this is 23:56, and then it reappears a minute later. But this is the actual craft with no lights, with no solar discharge other than the raw craft, it seems. Because watch this.
Oh, it's just fading away.
Now I thought this thing's gone, right? Now let's just save a minute. It comes back at 24:50, so let me just go through just a tad. Oh, back a tad. So look at it start to come through again. 30 seconds later. Or it was a minute later. A minute later it came back up. When everyone is probably... Okay, I think I'm supposed to cut at 24:50. I am. I just wanted to show you the way it came back then. Now let's you know, look. Let's go back. I just for your benefit. It reappears at 24:40. So let's go back to 24:40. I should have done this a bit. I will next time we see some spatial blow-ups because we get a lot more. Now let's, what I'll do is I'll slow down to 25 speed. So it's gone, I'm waiting for it to come back. There it comes. Obviously I'll just put that on for a second. See it? See the way it comes back through? Look at that. And it turns its lights on again. Right. Now, if we were to go back quickly, it says also it first full craft appears at 21:45. Now there will be more, but let's just go back to 21:45. There we go. 25% speed. You can see the little people lined up in there now. Remember, this is a fair way away. Okay, I'm not going to be able to show you their faces and their eyes, but look, mate, this is not a stretch, and I'll prove it's not a stretch. It's common sense. There's the craft. That's the viewing platform. There's little black shadow, just like human torsos and heads. And when I blow it up and we do the analysis, they look as clear as day. Okay, now let's go back, let's move on to the dance floor. So we go from 16, we cut at 15:40, we resume at 20. Now we've been there, we've done that. We cut at 24:50, we cut at 24:50, and I think we just cut at 24:50 if I imagine, I'm not sure. We do. That basically, because within that, and you're probably thinking, oh, it wasn't that brilliant, but, well, you couldn't be thinking it wasn't that brilliant. It was amazing. Let's just do, as we saw, we'll cut with that, where that comes back. Although I think I ignored that cut, to be honest, because let's go, we don't want to go too quick, but let's go back to just normal speed now. Let's put some volume back on. What am I saying? I'm fairly confident we get some more, well, we do at different stages, but I've been through, the whole video can be made available at different stages, but yeah, because there's heaps to get through. Like you can see at the end there, it changes to another sort of a ball.
Probably get the best stuff now, it's raining.
Yeah, it started raining, that's like really raining. I hung in there for as long as I could. Alright, let's go. I'm sorry guys, but there's so much to go through. So let's go. Where are we here? Right. Let's run through. I've made a list of what I think is the best of these to help. Let's run through them anyway, and we'll, as the old saying goes, we'll find one. 83041 is supposed to be a boomer. That's a good one. Now that's solarized. That's the craft. Full stop. You can see there too that bit of heat. That's body heat. That's another sign. But that is the actual craft itself. when you solarize, which shows you what's on the inside, and we'll show you that process shortly. But that's a good one. Look at that. You can see, just see the heads, the thingo through there. How's that one? Not quite as good. That's also another of the solidness of the craft, doing an analysis inside. You can see it's a solid craft, and that's why I'm saying that's the viewing deck. Look at the heat. That's heat. That's body heat. Those little dips up and down, that's body heat. They're all watching you. Again, you can just see them through there. It's hard if you really blow it up. You're better off keeping it down. You can see them in there now. That's that. Again, you can see these marks, people in there. I mean, look at the different colours that this thing was pumping out. You know, from there to there to there to there to there. That's a good one. That's a nice one. You can see them standing up there again there, getting a bit more definition. That's a beauty. Look at that one. You can see the people standing in there. Again, you can see them. You can see, look, the torso shape. I don't know how good this is going to come up, but if I go like that, you can see that there's figures there which are a lot clearer. Look at that, for instance. See what I mean? Look at that, look at that, look at that. But again, when you go down here, look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Torso heads. 1, 2, 3, 4 heads on a torso. What I wanted to do was I wanted to just go through these and find the best one. That's it. I think a good one too. 492 was 492 in the again, that I think we may have gone through, yeah? Okay, good. So what we'll do is we will just go through and we'll grab 492. This is just as an example. As I said, I've already done this, but just as an example. That's 942. Is there actually a 492? Let me find a 492. 492. Down the bottom, 562. I mean, really, you could do any of them, couldn't you? You could do any of them. 492. Isn't that amazing? I can't find 492. How did I not find 492? There must be a 492. A 562, 492. Oh, you know why? Let me pause it. Okay, folks, we're back. Sorry, I knew I took a hell of a lot more. Look at all these. This is what I thought. What's going on here? Let's go. Okay, that's some more analysis there. But let's go. Actually, just quickly close this. This is it. Okay. These are some other earlier photos that were taken. Because I wanted to show you this. This is, remember, from the beginning too. Look at this coming through now as well. Look at this. Okay. Let's pause it. Okay, guys, going back. Now look, these photos were from the start. I knew I had lots more photos to make it lots more interesting. So these are ones I've highlighted. This is when I was back at Manly Beach. Look at this one. This one froze. And you can see parts of now was like something that was part of that light we saw. And remember when we done that analysis before. Look at that. That's a nice one. That's a beautiful one. There again, you've got the present to this craft. I think we're going to choose this 289. We might do an analysis on that one. Again, look at that. There's something underneath. Beautiful to look at. Look at that. This is back at the beach again. Look at this. It's manifested up below We could do that one as well. I've got the best one. 575 is really interesting as well. We're going to do an analysis on that. Look, there's 2 levels there. There's another thing under there. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Again, 3 levels. Now this is going to be a separate analysis altogether. This is going to be an analysis at the end, because this is quite amazing. It's so hard to see. I was lucky I could manage to capture it. It was there the whole time, Manly and Shelly, but barely ever seeable. I only noticed it on the film afterwards. Okay, and then we're moving on. Oh, and we've got this beautiful 230, and we'll be going. I've got about another 50 of these, which make it a lot clearer, the humanoid thing inside. So let's choose one of these to analyse. I think this one's interesting because that looks quite thing. So let's analyse this one. Okay, we're going to edit. Boom. Full thingo. Let's pump up the jam a little. Let's see what we can find out. Remember, this was at Manly Beach, when the only way I could see anything was through the camera, through the phone camera, because all I could see was this blinding bright white light. What does autofix do? Not a hell of a lot in this instance, so let's leave it alone. Let's go into colour balance. Increasing the reds, increasing the reds, goes up, goes down, not a lot there. Now we're going to get pretty much the same as before, but you can see the important thing is that yes, there is something down below that's not visible with the eye, and this is well above the water. It proves it's above the water as well. That's the main thing about all of this. Okay. Let alone it looks fantastic to look at. Look at that. And again, look at that. So it shows up through the full range of thingos. Let's just let's sharpen. Let's see if we get a noise difference. Didn't think we would. Let's sharpen. We can sharpen. Alright, we'll apply a sharpen. Right, let's go. Emboss. Okay, again, this thing, if we can see that inside the actual craft, even though the light looks full, and this is very important for our moon analysis, which I've done and we're going to go over again because there's significant stuff. So we see it's empty inside, as to be expected. That again fits in with the viewing deck that comes up in the big round circles. Look at that, definitely solid metallic looking structure down there. Let's go back. Converting to grayscale makes no difference. It's set to look, I don't know. Look, and I am apologising, folks. This is where we're at. That's about as big as I can get it. You can see down there, but let's not worry about that. Let's see what happens when we invert. Again, interesting. Inverting, of course, brings up the fact that there's actually nothing in there. It's all solid craft around there and solid there. Let's cancel. Now, always the one I love is Solarize, because Solarize lets you see what's actually there and what's just light. And look at that, exactly what we would have expected. Hollow in the middle. This is the craft here in its state of extraordinary high technology. Mind-blowing, mind-blowing. There's also a cavity inside this craft, or this bit of the overall UFO. But look at that. What a wonderful, this is with a photographic analysis. I'm saying I want to do everything with you guys, not just show you a film of something fantastic. Let's go the distance, because I'm going to make some pretty big, I'm going to draw some bows with this, because you can't argue with this stuff. Okay, so I'm glad you got a chance to see that. Again, that's posterized. It's just again showing you the layers of the light running through there. Okay, now let's count. So finding any edges, again, empty in the middle, edges are obvious. Well, around the light anyway. Okay, so let's close this. No, we don't want to do any changes. Okay, so that was something that I significantly wanted to show you. Now let's Now, look, for the sake of it, let's go there. Don't mess with me. Let's, because they're all going to reveal the same sort of thing under analysis. They are. Let's do this one. Let's do it. Because let's do it and save it. I've already saved one of these, which is disappointing. I'm going to pause it again because I'd like to find it. Hang on, please. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here we are. Let's look at, I said I had some more, better ones of these for you. Let's check. We're going to go back to this other photo at the end. That's what it is. It's an end photo. That's an end photo. Okay? It's an end photo. It'll all come through. That was already a solar image, of course, of the solidity of the craft. But let's have a look at these other stills. I like that. Hard to say. I mean, this is an incredible craft. That's quite clear. That could be good for a solarization. There you go, quite clear. You can see the different colours it's running through anyway. This is a good one. You can definitely see the shadows of the people in that one. And you can see the shadows of the people. This is where I've got what I deem to be the best ones that I've gone through. There you go again. Look at this, that's a beautiful, look at that. You can see the craft, you know what I mean? The shape of the craft in there. Isn't it fantastic? Again, the shape of the craft. See these shadows here? That's the people. That's a beauty for people and for craft. The best ones are going to be, we've already, see this is what's not right. I thought I could have gone through and made that pick. This is a good one. What I might do is I'll just go through them quickly and then I'll line up. This one was a good one because it had multiple peoples in it. And we'll find the best one to do an analysis on. This is a good one too. Okay. This is a good one. Look at that one. You can see the people. Look at that. Look at the torso and the head there. There and there. That's real. That'll be good for analysing. I was picking ones where I could best off. Look at that one. Look at that, folks. We'll definitely be having a look at 186. That must have been surely in our list, 186. It would have been for sure, 186. Look at that one. Oh, that's a beauty. 521. 521. Again, yes, 521. That's going to be a goer. And that again. Look, you can see the shadows in there. Anyway, look, I want to get on with the big gun stuff. So let me go through. Look, there's lots of them is the point. Look at these. There's lots of them. Now this is brilliant because this is the craft, of course, when it was just the craft. We're going to do some more of that. And we're going to do an analysis of that because of that. And this is what's awful again. I had heaps of photos of that dark craft. Isn't it amazing? We saw some before, but we saw the video of it, of course, but we want to do an analysis. So let's go back. We're going to do an analysis of that too, I hope, 656. We're going to include 656 anyway. So let's pause this again, and I'll get this there for us. Let's pause it. Okay guys, we're back to our analysis here. Alright, so let's go. We're on to the big photos. Let's really kick it up because this is where I wanted to get to all along. Now we're going to pick a best one out of here. Let's pick a best one out of here. These lot, there's some beauties in here. That one looks a good one. That was a good one. That was a Oh, here's those darkies. That looks a good one, doesn't it? That looks a good one. That looks a good one. That'll be a good one to do an analysis on, I think. And that one. Now, anyway, the point being is that one will be a beauty. Okay, let's try it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, let's go. Let's go back to, here we go. Let's do an analysis. Nero Photoshop Gallery. Edit. Full screen. Let's pump up the jam a little. Not too much, obviously, but enough. Okay, now let's do some auto fixing. Doesn't really help us here, it only lights it up. Let's do some colour balance. Add a bit of red, take a bit of red off. You can see the shadow coming through a lot clearer there now. Let's pump it up one more. What the heck? Don't be like that, you bastard. Okay, you can see the shadows coming through a lot more now. Okay, there they are, the occupants. The green's not really going to help us in any way to determine that. And the blue is also not going to be of much assistance, although again you can see the shadows. You can see a torso and a head. You can on my, look, it's there. I'm not making up. I mean, I've got this brilliant film. It's obviously a film of a UFO. We've seen it. You've watched it. It's as UFO as you can get. There are occupants in there. It makes sense because that is the UFO, and there's the viewing deck. Let's go to other effects. Let's go to emboss. Okay, again we can see the solidness of the craft in the middle. Let's go back. Let's go to invert. Again, look at the solidness there. Again, look at the difference you can see in the, there's definitely 1, 2, 3 bodies, 1, 2, 3 heads. That's in this one. But there's that shows you that the negative inverted image, sorry, of what we've got here. Now let's go to the main one and let's start moving through this. Solarize. Okay, this proves that that's a solid craft. Okay, it's not a light, it's a solid craft. 100%. That proves to us that it's a solid craft. See the red there? That's body heat because it's solarized. It's taking the heat on the outside with the solid craft in the middle. Body heat. See, that's body heat, ladies and gentlemen. It's only coming through on the one, but it's the body heat inside the viewing structure is body heat. Now, what we're proving here is that this UFO is highly advanced technology in our skies, and yes, it had people humanoids look like people to me in the shapes that I can see through the clarity of my screen. They're coming up lots and lots. It is a solid structure. Otherwhere before, you know, we had the light. There's the viewing deck. It's solid, so it's not just some light aberration. So what we're basically up to now is that we've seen the UFO, we've proved it exists, it's highly advanced technology. Now let's get honest, is it okay, so who is it? Is it man now, like modern man, as in because in the 1920s the Germans were starting to already experiment with flying disc technology, but that was solid state metallic craft. That was 80 years ago. We know they're 80 or 100 years ahead of us in the secret projects. So it makes sense that they would have this capacity too. So these people in it are just, you know, human, maybe US or German or Russian, who knows, pilots. It could very well be them. But it is occupied. That's the point. Now, the other significant point, if it's not occupied and it's not mainstream surface man now, it's got to, you have to admit it is proof that it is therefore perhaps extraterrestrial. And by extraterrestrial, I'm not talking alien. I'm not talking non-terrestrial. I'm talking extraterrestrial. And I'll tell you why in 2 minutes or less. the Great Pyramid of Giza is proving more and more and more. The more we learn about high science, the more high science we find manifest within the Great Pyramid of Giza. Okay, they knew all about it, hyperdimensional physics. It was a hydroelectric power plant as well as just one of its features, because it was over a water aquifer back then, and it used as a hydroelectric power plant to produce power for the whole of the Egyptian peninsula. And we know from the murals inside the tombs that those tombs were painted so beautifully, and they weren't done with candlelight, they were done with like a wireless light. And on the murals on the walls of those tombs, there's many what they call murals on the side of the wall anyway, showing that the deity's using some sort of wireless light to light the insides. Okay, so and the point I'm getting to, if they were building the pyramids back then with all that knowledge of science, and we have that same knowledge now that we've just caught up with, my theory is that we are building underground bases and have been for the last 80 years. Why? Because we have the technology to. And what is the other main reason? It's as clear as day. Because of warring factions, and some factions don't want to be caught by others. Like if there's a global war, the US president would go to a deep underground base or into the Shelly mountain or whatever. Now every country's got their underground bases, so the point being is it's only logical inference. It's ludicrous to think otherwise. That if they were building the pyramids back then, they were also doing the same thing as we're doing now. That we're building the underground bases, and to escape the natural catalysms and war. Okay, and the natural catalysm we're going to go to coming up is Nibiru. Okay, and we're going to go to this quickly, but let's not lose too much track. It is natural inference that if people were able to back then build the pyramid, and they knew the sciences that we know now, if we're flying these craft and stealth bombers with all the exotic technology that we know they are, we know we are, it's all over the YouTube. It's either us or when they built the pyramids, of course they built underground bases as well and flew exotic aircraft. Of course, they had all that high science, and the only thing they built was the pyramid. How ridiculous. They were building underground bases. If the Earth's not hollow, which I haven't got enough evidence now one way or the other, I can tell you it's at least Swiss cheese. Every time Nibiru came around or there was great war, some factions that were warring against others thought, we've got to get out of here. They would have gone underground. They would have gone underground, and their descendants would still be there. And those descendants would be coming up, and they would be helping to be the foundation members of all the surface schools. For those that survived the wars and calamities, they would be the foundation members of all the mystery schools and all the rest of it. And their descendants are coming up. So by extraterrestrial, I mean extra-earth terrestrials. Okay? And we, modern man, in the last 100 years, has just learned to hang out with his extraterrestrial descendants. That's highly possible, or this is secret current modern man technology. I think it's at least a combination of the two. It's logical inference it would be. It'd be silly to say otherwise. And that's before we even go into anything off-planet or alien, would you like. So let's not confuse it. We're going to introduce that possibly a bit later. But right now, we must accept there is high technology in our skies. Here's the body scan as well as the shadows that show us that there are humanoid people inside piloting them. They're either our secret military or they're extraterrestrials that live in the underground bases and come up and teach us stuff, or a combination of the two. We must accept that. We must accept that this craft is solid, and that is the viewing deck. It makes common sense. We've seen 100,000 photos. Now from this we're going to really move quickly now, because this is where we're starting to move into the real big stuff, for me anyway. Now what we might do is we just might close that, because we've made our point. We don't need to do that. We can go through, if you like, and have a look at a couple of others. Oh God, that was a broken leg. How silly. Let's close that. What have we got here? Let's go through these. We can blow up another one if you like. Let's blow up this one. Is that the next best one? Let's blow up this one. Edit, full screen, let's go. You can see the shadows in there again, the viewing station, auto fix, no real help. Let's just go straight to other effects, invert, boom, yes it's real, you bet she's real, she's 100% real. That's the craft. Again, it exists, it's in there. Let's cancel. Solarize, once again, it's solid. And look at the warmth in there. There's warm bodies in there, folks. I know you're probably saying I can't really see them, but they're in there. We've seen the shapes. I can see them because I have the clearer images. Of course, they're in there. Okay, it just won't come up as good. But there's the body heat to prove it again. Now, from this, we're going to really prove something as well. The other day, you go here, this is my video, I put a Nibiru block by Moon Hologram or Mooncraft, okay? You look at that, and my assertion is there, I saw what looked like a half-blood red moon. It wasn't a half-blood red moon, it looked like it was a moonish shape, and it was fully deep, so deep blood red, I just could barely see it. It was just deep blood, gaseous, cloudy, thick, cloudy, unusual red, right? And I saw it in a half moon. Last Sunday, okay? And I walked away I thought, my God, I don't know. Anyway, I walked away, made a cup of tea, I went to the bathroom. I came back only 2 or 3 minutes later, and it had been replaced by a perfect egg moon. You watch that, it proves that the moon, there is a fake moon up there, a moon hologram or a moon craft that is being used to block Nibiru, okay? It's been used to block Nibiru. Go watch that video. Because it explains it, Nibiru blocked by moon, okay? Now the other thing is, which I figured out as a result of this, okay? As a result of this, is that, what I figured out as a result of this, is that there's actually 2 moons up there. So there's a real moon and a fake moon, and let me explain that further now. I'll put it on pause for a sec because I've got to find an image. Okay, now just getting back to this, so I saw that, right, that awful blood red moon, and it was replaced by a perfect 3/4, absolutely crystal clear egg moon, and the whole story is in there. Nibiru blocked by moon hologram. Google it, go for it. That's okay, it's in there. But just a very, very, very quick wrap up of how that happened. Let me show you how I came up to that as well. What ended up happening was that, and that was on the Sunday night, but the night before that, on the Saturday night, I saw this moon in the middle of Sydney Heads. It had lit up the entire harbour, but the moon just didn't look right. It wasn't quite right. I knew it wasn't right, and I took a video of it. Anyway, this was, of course, I took the video of it, and it's because of seeing that didn't look or genuine moon. That's why the following night I went to have a look again, and I saw the blood red moon. And then after seeing the blood red moon, I thought, let's go back and have a look at that video, because I filmed this moon, right? And when I filmed it, this is what I filmed. Go again, watch that clip, you'll see it. But blowing it up, this is what we have. Look at that. This is what was caught on. This is genuine. I haven't altered this. This is straight off the raw file, as you'll see on the other presentation. This was supposed to be our moon, and look at all of this around it. What the hell is that? It was the best night Sydney's ever had. It was crystal clear. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. But what happens when we do the analysis, just quickly for people on this, just because it's going to prove my point. Let's go, bang. Point I'm getting to, that's supposed to be the moon, right? I can go right through and do all sorts of things, auto fix. Already, you see, remember we're talking about this light, because this is what I want to determine with you. Okay, now I could apply that or I could not apply. It doesn't matter. It's the same image. That's autocorrect, but that's the original. Let's quickly go through. Here's the one you want. Solarize. Boom. Look at that, folks. Look at that. That is what this whole documentary is on. Nibiru blocked by moon hologram. That, friends, is not the moon. Okay, that is a hologram of the moon. It's empty on the end. When we solarized the phony moon, we got that. Okay, let's solarize the coloured moon. Look, it's still there, because there really is a moon there. Okay, there really is a moon. So this backs up my 2 moon theory, and why the astronomers, for those that maybe don't know, they've got no reason to know, because at work they see the orbit of the real moon. When they're not at work, they're outside. If they ever look up, they'll probably sometimes think, God, that's unusual, the moon shouldn't be there. But then I think if they bring it up, ridicule, or they get threatened, so they don't. Okay, but there you go. Solar rising is that moon versus that. Okay, let's go. Real moon solarized, fake moon hologram. Nibiru system behind it. You can see why this is huge stuff. So far we've had the alien thing, we've got the occupants in the craft, we've had a brilliant UFO footage, we've now got the moon, we're now backing up the moon thing. You can see where I'm going with this. This is just big issue after big issue after big issue, and I'm doing it with proper analysis the whole way. And of course there was the solid craft again inside, just to back that up. Now, let me just pause it for a sec, because I must remember where we're going from here. So, but anyway, we've done that real moon thing and we've proven that. Oh, I know where we're going. Let's go straight there. Let's go straight there. Colour true picture of the moon. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this one for now. I want to reopen. I'm sorry, I reopened it. I should have just. Anyway, let's just go again. Full thing up. Now, the thing I want to do here now is show you something else. What happens when we remove the noise? Look at that. You see what we're seeing now? I'll blow it up a bit. The real green moon is there, okay? The real green moon is there underneath, and this looks like some sort of capping over the top. Why do we say what? And there's more to this. There's heaps more, but sorry. Oh God, I hate that. Don't do that. Let's just go. Let's just cancel. We'll cancel that. But you can see there's a different depth there. I can anyway. It's as clear as day. I'll sharpen it, apply it, and come here, you mug. Noise. Remove the noise. It looks like there's two different levels there. Okay. There's your real terrain, and there's that terrain. Now we'll apply that, and again, this is what I want to bring up about this. Let's go back to solarize, and the solarize shows you that all of this is the light, and of course the real dull is the actual surface of the moon, just like you've actually got the surface of the craft is dull. Okay, the surface of the moon is dull. That means all of this is a projected light, which it looks like over the top to give you the feeling, a bit like a cloaking again, that the moon's this big white thing, when again, in Moon Rising, you go to the movies Moon Rising, you Google Moon Rising or YouTube Moon Rising, and the bloke who made those movies, he said no, when you get there it's all in colour, and he had hundreds and hundreds of photos. Now this proves it is all in colour when you get there, and they're putting a cloaking of a white thing over the top which breaks up as if to say, hey, you know, it's white, it's not white. I heard there was other reasons why it's white. It looks white from Earth because of this or that. But we've proven anyway that this is the real moon. We have a hologram moon doing the double hologram trick. One hologram in Nibiru, one cloaking the real moon, so you don't have two in the one sky. And it also means that the moon will always show up on its orbit. Astronomers see that. Those that know otherwise are too scared to say anything, or who knows what else. But it doesn't deny all the truths of this. Now when you look at this as well, here's the kicker. I started to notice other things, okay? I started to notice other things. When you go through this, have a look here. I can see a face and I can see numbers, right? Let's do some inverting and stuff. Let's see what you can see. I could see numbers there. Anyway, it was like the Nazca plains is what I could see through there. That's what I felt like I could see, like the Nazca plains. I could see letters or something being written in the Nazca plains. Or if you just go, if we go the other way, you can see some images. I could see stuff. That's what I thought. And that even looks like the edges of a pyramid there, for God's sake. But look at that. That looks like two eyes and a face. The thing I'm saying, look, arms, eyes, and a face. And there looks like digits here. And if you put them all on, you can run through all of these things again. And find stuff that this is what I mean. See the polarizing? See this light over the top that's not the same as what's underneath? That's what I'm saying. I think that's a half cloaking thing that kind of may go over that as well. I'm just putting it out there. But I do believe, and again, look at this light here. I believe that the moon what I want to do is, I want to show you what I mean by this. Let's go, does exposure do anything? Not really. But again, what I could see is here, folks, okay? And colour balance even. Let's put up more red, or down less red, or up more red. Look at that pyramid there, that hyperdimensional pyramid coming up. And what's this here? And what's this shape here and this shape here? But that looks like, and what's this? And what was that lit up area? Man, what's going on? Let's go down. Again, look at this hyperdimensional type of image on the top there. But I saw what looks like numbers here, and I'm trying to get them back up. It's very difficult to get the, there's again that thing in the middle. You can see these lines here, like big Nazca planes, but there's definitely looks like any. Look at the hole there, the light there. What does blue do for us? Oh, again, look at blue bringing up this. And look at these shapes and things on the surface of the moon. Look at these and these. There's something on the moon. So that's the next big revelation. Look at that pyramid-like hyperdimensional pyramid thing there as well, like we have on Earth. So the next big revelation is there's two moons. They're both being cloaked or hologram one way or the other, and the moon is being the moon is inhabited, and geez, that really shows that up there as well. The moon's inhabited, and I mean, what's this light over here anyway as well? I mean, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, look at that. That's really just come out now. So that's the next big inclusion. And the other big thing for that is the footage they showed us that the moon was not filmed on the moon. It doesn't mean Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Cooper and all didn't go, but they didn't go, or we didn't see any film that they took when they got there, that's for sure. Because they would have landed on the moon, not in some, why would they go all that way and land in the desert up here when they could have landed on the grassy area? Of course, because we didn't see that film. Alright, that's another huge big revelation. So we've had the UFOs, we've had the UFOs verified with exotic technology. We've got occupants of the UFOs which are either, at this stage we're going to say they're either advanced, they're pilots of advanced technology, current time, or as many argue, but sometimes confused, they're not necessarily aliens or non-terrestrials, they are extraterrestrials, descendants from the high societies, the global societies that are evidenced all over. Like there's evidence of a previous world global, when you join up all the, the ancient sites in Pocapuku or whatever, and China, and pyramids here and pyramids there, and Easter Island, and all that stuff. And of course, if they had all that high science and were building pyramids and great stone monuments everywhere, they were bloody flying exotic propelled anti-gravity, electrogravity craft. They were building underground bases to avoid Nibiru themselves and avoid each other in conflict, and of course they've been under there the whole time. That stuff cannot be doubted anymore. This video is proving all of that to be true, but we've got more, folks. We're not finished yet. That's just where we're up to, and we've proven that the moon is in colour, it's solid, there's two moons, there's two cloaking going on. Go check out this video for Nibiru there. Check out this video, US militarised 1930s. That's official US military. I've pointed out that in the 1930s, Antarctica was militarised. That film was taken in Admiral Byrd's 1946 reconnaissance flight for Operation High Jump, and yet when he got there, again, people, you see, you can't see the forest for the trees. There's on the film there, hey, watch it, and you'll know what I mean. And that proves it, and it probably was the Nazis, because everybody in 1,000 other documentaries says it was. So, and this proves it. So, and of course they had that exotic technology and whatever was going on there. That's a ripper. Have a look at that as well, Antarctic stuff. It'll all add it up. Sitchin's Anannaki spaceport, that's a boomer. You add all of these up, and I even found some writing all going up the 13 steps. No one's ever spotted that before. It's all been all the other occult symbolism, but you have a look in there and read that. But let's keep going, because we've got more. There's more. If this isn't enough, there's more. Right, folks, here's the next bit of the analysis. Remember back here with this, look at the side here. I'm clicking through some stills. Notice that the light is directly proportionate. See that over to the side there? See it goes down in a straight line with it, it goes up with it, it goes up with it. It's in a straight line. That is impacting upon that, is the point I'm making. Okay, going back there at that stage. Now, of course, if this was just an empty thingo, we could go, oh, well, the whole thing was just some sort of fake hologram again. But we know it's not a fake hologram because of the solidity of the ship, just like the real moon. So it's real, the people are real, the solar heating backs that up. That's real. However, there's also technology going on from the side here, which is remarkable. Okay, now just making sure I'm on again. Yes, I'm on. Okay, let's do this, because this is the next phase. So we've got either extraterrestrial Earth or modern man in the craft, or a combination of the two. But watch this. And if the moon thing wasn't enough, and the hologram thing wasn't enough, and the fake moon pictures all now has been proved that they weren't taken on the moon, if that's all not huge things, every one of them is a giant story and more. But here goes one more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's edit this now. Auto fixed image. Are you ready? Now what I'd like to do firstly is I'm going to pump this up a bit. Now what you can see is that is in line with that, and there's a dot. So, and I never saw this. I never ever saw this. Like, it only comes up for briefly, like 5 or 6 times for a split second in 40 minutes. But it was there. Okay? And it's part of everything. Now have a look at this. Watch this. Auto fix. Boom. There we have it. And here we have it. Amongst all of that. Okay? Now that proves that there is something like, that's a way of like a beam me up Scotty thing where they can also, or this is separate and that's separate, and they're communicating, of course, to each other via this sort of laser, or it's an interactive part of it. But we know that's solid because we've done the analysis. Now you're ready for this. Let's apply that, because here's what we're going to run with. Okay, let's apply. We can go. Here's the thing I want to really show you, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you thought enough was enough,